The tribal chief has been had. Adam Pearce got one over on him, and we're going to talk about everything that took place within their segments and everything else that took place on the show in just a second. This is your Smackdown review. Stay tuned. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking about Smackdown. Pretty good show with the through line throughout the show of Roman Reigns trying to get Adam Pearce to sign a contract for their Royal Rumble match, a particular kind of match, gimmick match that he was after in the end. I mean, well, we'll get there in a second, but yeah, really decent show with some good wrestling on it as well. So stay tuned if you want to hear everything that happened. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. And the show actually started backstage in Roman Reigns' lounge area. He was overlooking the Royal Rumble contract and he said to Paul, you know, this isn't it. I'm not signing this. This isn't the kind of contract I want. This isn't the kind of match I want. Paul Heyman went on to say damning words, in fact, which, you know, which were, you know, this is like a bog standard WWE contract. All they do is swap out the pay-per-view, swap out the names, you know. Don't worry, I'm going to talk to Adam Pearce. We're going to get a special kind of match set up for you and stuff. And Roman Reigns said something along the lines of, Paul, I'm leaving this in your hands. I'm consider this done. Consider this taken care of. So Paul Heyman went to seek out Adam Pearce. Moving into the ring, we saw Jey Uso kind of open up the show in the center of the ring, saying that, you know, the family, the bloodline, they run the show. He's entering into the Royal Rumble. He's going to go on to face either Drew McIntyre or Goldberg or whomsoever. Did he call him Oldberg? I don't know if that's in my head. I think he may have called him Oldberg, you know. He said he's going to win the WWE Championship. Then obviously him and Roman Reigns will be holding the top prizes in WWE. He went on to make some jokes at Shinsuke Nakamura's expense as well. Obviously, they beat him up last week. Shinsuke Nakamura came out to the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura is back with his old music, so he's like face music, if you like. So I guess that kind of confirms the turn. Shinsuke Nakamura took to the mic and made a small joke at Jey Uso's expense, saying, you know, if you are the cousin of the big dog, then I guess you're just his little puppy, and started laughing. Jey Uso kind of went for an attack, and Shinsuke Nakamura kicked him round the head. And that kind of started off their match. I thought this match was going to be the main event segment, to be honest, the way they've advertised it for the past week. But it opened the show. Pretty decent match. I think there's definitely chemistry there between the two of these guys. It was somehow missing something. But it was a pretty decent match. Halfway through the match, Cesaro came down and was going towards the commentary position. And, you know, they asked him, you know, where were you last week when Shinsuke was getting beaten up, and that he kind of made an excuse that the arena was so big. By the time he got down to the ring, the whole show was finished. I actually thought he came to lay an attack on Shinsuke. I thought he was going to turn on Shinsuke. But that never happened. He just remained on commentary. Shinsuke and Jey Uso's match went on. Jey Uso actually got a 3 count on Shinsuke Nakamura before it was realized that his feet were on the rope during the 3 count. So the referee chalked it off. They continued fighting for a little bit. Shinsuke Nakamura hit him with a Kinshasa and got the pin over Jey Uso. So Shinsuke Nakamura getting a win, I guess, after the week where he kind of won the gauntlet, but not really. Big move for Shinsuke, good win. They're kind of looking to, looks like anyway, re-establish him as a single star. Some people online I've seen say that, you know, it's contract renegotiation time, so they're making him look good, making him feel good. So, you know, make of that what you will, but you know, we all love a bit of Shinsuke. We all love to see him further up the card and having these great matches and, you know, be put in singles title runs and stuff like that. So I'm here for it. Whatever they're doing, at least they're using more of Shinsuke Nakamura. Next up on the night, we were going to have Liv Morgan versus Natalya. as we know, Billie Kay is now a honorary member of the Riot Squad. So she came out with Ruby Riot and Liv Morgan, dressed in the, like a punk, if you like. It was pretty good to see, and she done like an air guitar and all of that kind of stuff. We just know how good she is. She is comedy gold. And again, I've said it once on this show, I'll say it again. They split Peyton and Billie to really push Peyton as the single star, I guess. She does have a superior in-ring ability to Billie Kay, but Billie Kay is getting all the opportunities, especially on the mic, especially to show personality. Peyton Royce hasn't had much as near opportunity as Billie Kay has since the split. Billie Kay is making the most of it as well. So, sometimes you got a plan and it doesn't always turn out as you would like. Moving on to the actual match, though, this match was a bit clunky. I think it was mainly, as good as we just kind of said Billie Kay was, because she was doing so much kind of comedy stuff on the outside of the ring, it kind of distracted what was going on in the ring. I'm not too sure how this meshed together. Tamina appeared out of nowhere to me. I didn't see her come down the ring. She didn't get an entrance or anything she just was at ringside all of a sudden. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. She was like in Natalia's corner. I don't know what happened. All I saw was Billie Kay kind of running through the middle of the ring. Maybe she was getting chased by Tamina at one point during the match. She ran through the ring, ran out the other side. I think this distracted Liv Morgan and Natalya. Liv Morgan more so. And then Natalya actually got the pin on Liv Morgan, rolling her up. So not a very good debut for Billie Kay in the Riot Squad. However, obviously she costed Liv Morgan the match, one could say. But it didn't seem like they fell out immediately. They kind of all left the ring together anyway. So yeah, it's just a Billie Kay comedy segment, like, let's be honest. But yeah, pretty decent stuff. Next up on the show, we had Rey Mysterio versus King Corbin. This was, I guess, Rey Mysterio wanted to avenge how these guys kind of bumped head in the gauntlet match last week when King Corbin made his entrance. When he entered the gauntlet match, he attacked Rey Mysterio, he attacked Dominic Mysterio. So these two had a match, and Dominic Mysterio was actually on commentary for this match. This match was okay. Like, it really wasn't, again, it wasn't anything overly special. Corbin obviously dominated more of the action, being the bigger guy. The commentators, Corey Graves and Michael Cole, were asking Dominic how he's just, sitting back and watching his dad get beaten up like this. And he said that, his dad asked him to just stay out of it and just watch. Inevitably, King Corbin went ringside and threw Rey Mysterio back into the ring, attacked Dominic Mysterio. It was what it was. In the end, Corbin got the win with End of Days, putting away Rey Mysterio. I haven't seen Rey Mysterio or Dominic Mysterio win a match in a very long time. But yeah, I guess this just was a throwaway match. I thought maybe Rey Mysterio would win. Corbin, they like Corbin. We can clearly tell that. They like the End of Days. They keep that move very protected. So, he managed to get a win here over the Mysterio family. And I guess we'll kind of see where this goes from here. Alex Harrison in the chat. Big up, Alex. Thank you for joining live. And before we get on with the rest of the show, guys, if you are watching this back or watching it live, please make sure you've given a thumbs up, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. It does loads for the channel, and I thoroughly appreciate every time you guys hit that thumbs up button. So one more time, if you haven't already, please smash the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. A segment I was looking thoroughly forward to the minute they announced it. Bailey has got her own show called Ding Dong Hello. They even put a door in the middle of the ring for her to walk through and do her little Ding Dong Hello thing. Bailey is fantastic, man. Like, honestly, she is so good. And her first guest on the show, she said it had to be Bianca Belair because she's the EST, and even guest is GUEST. So Bianca Belair came in through the door. Bailey was like, "Oh, who's that?" As if she didn't know Bianca Belair was the guest. Bianca Belair came and sat in her chair, and Bailey kind of just conducted. It wasn't really an interview, you know. And to be honest, this is where maybe this fell apart a bit, just because this wasn't really like a talk show segment as much. It wasn't question and answer. This was very much like two schoolgirls warring each other, beefing each other, a lot of kind of speaking over each other. So it kind of got a bit lost in that sense. But again, they're just trying to prove who's the best. You know, Bianca Belair was saying, I don't know why my confidence, me calling myself the EST, why does it shake you so much? Why does it bother you so much? Bailey's saying, well, you know, I must be the best because I beat you. And the segment more or less ended with Bailey challenging Bianca Belair to like some type of obstacle course challenge, which is going to happen next week, which I'm looking forward to. I know that's probably going to be a load of fun. Bailey's probably going to cheat to win. I mean, I don't see why she would challenge someone that calls themselves the EST, the roughest, the strongest, the baddest, etc., to an obstacle course challenge. I can't help but think Bailey is going to cheat to win. What do you guys think the outcome is going to be of this obstacle course challenge? Put it down below in the comments. I want to hear what you think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bailey's going to cheat and win that somehow. But yeah, this was fun. Apart from, like I say, the bickering, which kind of took away from whatever the point of this segment really was. Yeah, this was pretty cool. Next up on the show, we had what you could see was going to be the best match on the night by a long shot. Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro. What a match. Just two complete technicians doing what they do best in the middle of the ring. And you know what? I like this, what looks like a subtle kind of split between Shinsuke and Nakamura. Shinsuke and Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, I meant. Maybe now they are both going to go off in, you know, they're both kind of separate directions, chasing gold, singles gold, whether it's the Universal Championship, whether it's the Intercontinental Championship. But, you know, they'll still have that kind of friendly alliance when on screen together. Daniel Bryan is obviously, you know, got his hand in creative backstage. We know that. And he's doing what he can to, you know, really revive the show and put stars over, stars that are people, like, you know, people that are being overlooked right now, getting them an opportunity. And we saw a fantastic match here, like I say, between himself and Cesaro. Particularly, there was one spot where Cesaro was up on the ropes, and I'm not quite sure what Daniel Bryan was trying to do. Cesaro just picked him up, you know, out of whatever he was trying to do into the suplex position and delivered like a 180 degrees spinning suplex from the top rope. The strength of Cesaro is just absolutely unbelievable. We saw Cesaro up against it, though, at times in the label lock and things like that. But in the end, Cesaro got the win with the Gotch neutralizer, his finishing move, putting away and pinning Daniel Bryan. You know, they said on commentary, this is like the biggest win ever for Cesaro or something like that. So wondering what they're going to go with, what their angle is from there. But yeah, really good match. Best wrestling match on the night. And like I say, you can only expect that from the two technicians that was on show. Next up, we had Apollo Crews versus Sami Zayn. Now, before I get onto this segment, we did have the backstage segment of Paul Heyman finding Adam Pearce, like I said at the beginning of the show. Adam Pearce signed this non-disqualification match that Paul Heyman had put together in the contract. Paul Heyman then took the contract back to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was sitting with Apollo Crews, dropping some knowledge on Apollo Crews. So I think it's really interesting. Obviously, we saw Apollo Crews get fired up by Paul Heyman last week on Talking Smack. Now Apollo Crews is in the lounge with Roman Reigns. And when Paul Heyman came in to talk contracts with Roman Reigns, Apollo Crews politely, you know, got up, said, you know, this is private, I'm going to leave. Roman Reigns said, no, sit down. You can learn something from this. Apollo Crews sat down. Paul Heyman showed the contract to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns said, I don't want a non-disqualification match. He said he wanted a last man standing match. Paul Heyman was like, oh, you know, now I've got to go and kind of talk him into that sort of thing. again, Roman Reigns said those words. I consider it done. You got to handle it, sort of thing. To Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman went and took this contract to Adam Pearce again, telling Adam Pearce that we need a last man standing match. And then at the same time, we see Roman Reigns still speaking to Apollo Crews. All I heard him say before it kind of dimmed it down was like, yeah, it's all about control. So, Roman Reigns dropping some knowledge on Apollo Crews possibly turning heel. I don't think he's going to necessarily join the bloodline, but he's going to teach him a thing or two, which could work out best for his career. While we're here, let me just say this as well. I do think these Paul Heyman segments on Talking Smack, firing up Apollo Crews, firing up Big E, is this him trying to push these potential suitors away from Roman Reigns and to keep them, ultimately battling in the mid-card for the mid-card championship, the Intercontinental Championship? He doesn't want these guys to look at Roman Reigns and think, I can take him on. He wants them to maybe fight themselves. Just something that I've been thinking. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Paul Heyman went on to find Adam Pearce and, get him to sign that contract. I think one thing that was a little stipulation they put in was that Roman Reigns and Adam Pearce was going to sign this contract by the end of the show in the middle of the ring. So Adam Pearce had this contract and we're going to see a closing segment between these guys, which we're just going to get onto in a second. Alex Harris just said in the chat, Sami Zayn needs a push for real. Sami Zayn is good, man. Sami Zayn is good. And this conspiracy gimmick thing, now it's really turned up with the whole production crew that follows him out. They're filming this conspiracy documentary. It's so good. It's so entertaining. Him and Apollo Crews had a pretty decent match as well. One of the better matches on the night. We had Big E on commentary ringside on a couch. And yeah, it was, like I say, the action in the ring was just pretty good between the two. The match was drawing to an end when Sami Zayn, he actually went to pin Apollo Crews. The referee caught Sami Zayn, had a handful of tights. They got out of that, and then Apollo Crews eventually put Sami Zayn in a roll-up. He had a handful of tights, so much so that Sami's arse crack was showing. Pinned Sami Zayn, and he went out ringside to go and kind of flex muscles a bit in front of Big E, you can call it. Took the Intercontinental Championship. Big E stood up out of the couch and was like, give me that back. They kind of jaw-jacked for a bit, running it up at each other. I think next week it was announced we're going to see Intercontinental Championship rematch, if you like, or another match between Big E and Apollo Crews. So that's going to be really interesting. And yeah, Alex Harrison said it in the chat, soft Apollo heel turn. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. And I'm here for it. He needs a bit of edge, and I love the kind of mentorship that we saw from Roman Reigns on the night as well. That was really interesting to see. Last but not least, it was the contract signing itself. Roman Reigns has now bullied and intimidated Adam Pearce, so we thought, into coming down to the ring and signing this last man standing contract. Adam Pearce gets down to the ring. He sits down in a seat. Roman Reigns wants to sit at the head of the table. Paul Heyman brings him a chair. Roman Reigns says, no, I want that chair, i.e. the chair that Adam Pearce is sitting in. Adam Pearce is like, come on, guys. Jey Uso's like, get up, boy. Like, get out the chair. That was really funny. Adam Pearce goes and sits on the other side of the table in the spare chair, opens the thing, signs the contract. And you know what I've really enjoyed about Adam Pearce in the last couple of weeks? He knows Roman Reigns is like the superior wrestler guy here. He's not scared, though. There's no fear being shown by Adam Pearce. It's just like, and maybe it's just a professionalism, like, I'm an official, but yeah, in the past, we've seen superstars fear Roman and characters like these, and even officials fear these guys. But Adam Pearce is like, no, you're not going to scare me. You're not going to intimidate me. But I obviously respect you're the bigger guy or the bigger star, whatever. Adam Pearce signs this contract, hands it over to Roman Reigns, who, of course, is laughing his head off. He thinks, this dunce, he's just signed his life away, signed a last man standing match with me. Roman Reigns signs the contract, and as he does that, Adam Pearce takes back the contract and says, I've been waiting for you to do that all night. As he leaves the ring, everyone's kind of got a puzzled kind of look on their face in the ring, like, what's he talking about? As Adam Pearce is walking up the entranceway, he starts to limp, starts to like rub his leg, his calf, and I'm even thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? As he continues to walk up the entranceway, he keeps doing that. He takes to the microphone, and his microphone was cutting out a bit here, so that like the cameraman had to kind of go up real close to him to kind of pick up what he was saying on the mic. And he said, "Oh, you know, darn it, those damn injuries and stuff like that. This is what you get after not competing for so long, and obviously leaving the game with injuries, etc., etc." Roman Reigns is already thinking, "Oh, like look at this guy, and I'm trying to find a way out," sort of thing. And Adam Pearce drops what, you know, I can't say it verbatim, but he basically drops a line, which was obviously, like I say, the running theme through this whole contract signing stuff. He goes, Roman, and, you know, you just kind of signed these bog standard WWE contracts, which show that the card is subject to change given injuries, etc., etc. However, I found a suitable replacement for myself in our match. Walk out Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens signs the contract for the last man standing match. So it is going to be at Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens to face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in a last man standing match. Like I said last week, I didn't think that it would be Adam Pearce actually going through with this match. I did think he probably would face Roman Reigns on SmackDown in a match, but then Kevin Owens gets the actual pay-per-view match. But yeah, Kevin Owens has kind of come to the rescue, and you know what? It's good. It's the story they've been telling for the past 2 months or so. Kevin Owens in a last man standing match is going to be absolutely epic. I'm not sure if we've seen him in a WWE last man standing match, but you know, you've seen Kevin Owens work, especially in these kind of non-disqualification ladder matches and table matches, etc. Just imagine how good Kevin Owens is going to be in a last man standing match. I can't wait for it. Great ending to the show. It's they've got one over on the tribal chief, and I can't help but think next week Paul Heyman is in trouble. Paul Heyman is in trouble. Maybe to the point he even gets bullied and roughed up a bit. I mean, this is early speculation, but maybe this is how he gets linked back with a returning Brock Lesnar at the Rumble. I'll leave that with you guys to decide, but let me know what you think down below in the comments. Guys, that was the SmackDown show. That was the SmackDown review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, like I say, please smash the like button. It does loads for the channel, and I thoroughly appreciate it every time you guys do. And remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.